and then spend time and put things on paper. Think on it. It's not gonna just show up. This is 7 p.m. right now in the night. I just spend a lot of time like resting and meditating and doing all these things. Spending time in a position of not deciding is the worst thing you can do, you know? Like, I think I spent an hour before like actually deciding to go in and eat and actually starting doing my stuff, just like spending time between watching videos on YouTube and not doing and actually wanting to do, but like not really. So having 3 things in your mind and being undecisive just is not valuable to anything. This city, Traverse City, is probably the quietest, one of the quietest places and calm and peaceful places I've ever seen. Doesn't really work with my style of like going crazy, but I think it's just nice, you know? This street is just beautiful. This is called Wadsworth Street. And it's a street I have my Airbnb in, and it's just a beautiful street. Like, there's trees, there's I think this is like every street in Traverse, but I'm just like shocked, you know? I just got like 5 emails like asking me like, okay, I get it, I get what you're doing, but how could I find my passion? How could I try to do something that I like doing? And I think that's a great question. So what I did was I started to like, okay, question everything that I was really into and try to understand who is it that I really am. And what I realized soon enough is that there's no real answer. It's not like something will show up and you will be like, you need to be a firefighter, or you need to do this, or you need to do that. So what I realized shortly, it was that the only thing I could really find was a nuance that I'm more, that I have more affinity to. So what I realized in that is I love understanding people. You know, okay, so, and by the way, this took me like 6 months to understand, to realize this small thing, you know, after like testing a lot of things and all these things. So I love understanding people. Okay, how can you apply that and actually make it something worthwhile? I love understanding people. Then how can I take that and make it something worthwhile? And then I sat down and wrote on a piece of paper. And by the way, you need to take time for this. By the way, there's a rabbit. That's a rabbit. Wow, that's nice. Okay, I sat down and then I took a piece of paper and I just spent 2-3 hours, I think every day for a couple of weeks, and just wrote stuff down that I could do that will involve me actually expressing my passion and my love for understanding people, you know? And I think that's a big part of it. So one part is kind of understanding what you're good at, and some nuances, some things you know you're doing better. Like, okay, I always see the creative side of things. I always see the analytical side of things. Start from there, start from somewhere, you know? And then spend time and put things on paper. Think on it. It's not gonna just show up. When I did that, I realized like, okay, marketing could be a thing, because marketing is about understanding people ultimately. Maybe it's, yeah, understanding a platform, Facebook advertising, Instagram advertising, Snapchat, Reddit, and all these things. But ultimately, it's about understanding people and loving that, you know? So that's why I started advertising, that's why I started marketing, that's why I started the agency that I now have, and it's incredible, and it's all because of that. The advice that I would give to be a little bit more concise, I know I'm really long-tailed, is 1, spend time and understand the affinities that you have. All of you have affinities, and you know them if you just analyze yourself a little bit. And then, after you have those, spend time and understand where are the places you could do those, and just apply those affinities. It's not like gonna be simple, it's gonna take a lot of work, and then just focus all of your time and effort in experimenting with things and trying everything, and internship here and internship there, and testing this and testing that, and just trying to understand how things really work, and just putting yourself in situations, and you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it from 10 miles away, from 10 million miles away, that this is something that you would like to do, or this is not, you know? Where are you curious? What are you doing? Like, so those are the 3 steps. 1, realize your affinities. 2, spend time realizing where you could apply those. And 3, experiment a lot in those areas. And boy, I believe you. I believe me, like, you're gonna find your passion, okay? Now, let's go eat. Been grinding it out for the last couple of hours here at my little kitchen office. This is kind of cool, actually. Regarding the topic that I talked about, which is like finding your passion, there's literally no better way than experimenting. Like this just popped into my mind again because I was writing emails to my team, and I realized that the ones that are experimenting the most are the ones that have more chances at winning, and therefore win more. It makes so much sense, but people just don't do it. I think it's a combination between the fear of failure and an actual unwillingness to putting effort in a direction in which you do not know it's gonna for sure bring back to you results. So here's what I mean by that. You need to be aware of something. Your brain is wired to not let you do things that you know are not gonna be beneficial or are not gonna work. If you allow yourself to believe that anything doesn't work before you actually try it, your brain will not let you do those things, and that's why you're not gonna experiment. So if you really wanna experiment, and if you really wanna get have learnings in your life and literally like go at things and learn better and learn faster, experiment more, and develop that feedback loop into your life, you need to convince yourself that the only way to advance is to fail. And rather than focusing your energy on believing that it cannot be done, you could take that energy and put it in the direction of actually doing the thing that you think it cannot be done, and actually prove it to yourself. And if it cannot be done, that's fine, but at least you tried it. I don't know, like, you gotta go do stuff only to realize that there's so much more you could do, and there's so much opportunity out there. It's unbelievable.